Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Soto here with Autumn Windbags, back with another one. Now, interesting interview today, leading into week 8 of the 2023 NFL season. Davante Adams sat down with Rich Eisen with the Rich Eisen Show, and Rich is a total G. He came out swinging. First question: are you happy in Vegas? Here's his response.
I will say this. I am happy to be a Raider 100%. This is my choice, and this is something that I'm standing by and want to continue to work at to make it what it's supposed to be. And I'm not happy at every moment with the way things go, but I'm definitely proud to wear this uniform and proud to go out there with my teammates and try to put greatness on display week in and week out.
Well, that has to make us feel good, right? He's 100% on board. He's happy 100% to be a Raider. We know he doesn't love losing, but Davante Adams talked about not worrying about winning and losing, but worried about greatness, and greatness will take care of the winning and losing. So, interesting question here when Rich asked how much input that Davante Adams had on how he's utilized.
I have a pretty big say, man. I will say they've given me the respect and the privilege to be able to come out here and have a lot to do with the way I run routes, the routes that I run, concepts and different things like that. My input is definitely valued, but it's just a matter of obviously how it ultimately goes down on game day. We do a good job of communicating, and like I said, I got a ton of respect for and from the front office here and the coaching staff and Josh and Dave, all those guys. We have a really unique relationship, but like I said, we just got to make sure we're doing the things we have to on game day, just so that it makes everything tie together and continue to make it sweet for everybody.
Yeah, so kind of what you'd think of coming from, a player of the stature of Davante Adams. You know, he's respected enough to have input in the routes that he runs, in how to run those routes, on the concepts that are being used, and how he's being utilized. But we have to wonder, it doesn't always translate, or doesn't seem to always translate that way on Sundays on the field, right? So you have to ask yourself, what is the disconnect between the conception of how Davante Adams wants to be used and how he said he's going to be used on into game day when he's actually used. Um, there's times where he's just gone invisible, and not because he's not running routes or he's not beating guys, but he's getting double covered. Does it have to do with maybe Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer not being as comfortable as other quarterbacks that Davante Adams has played with in the past, throwing into double coverage, not having that familiarity with him to trust him to throw into tighter windows or into where maybe the normal or even a very good receiver would be at a disadvantage, but because it's Davante Adams, he still holds an advantage. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing: Aiden O'Connell didn't have a problem throwing to a covered Davante Adams. Uh, there was a few more questions that were really poignant, hard hitting questions. And when answering a question about how Davante Adams decided to come to the Raiders, Davante Adams said this.
It's no regrets at the end of the day, regardless.
Sure.
If we lost every game, I wouldn't say I regret my decision, because you gotta, in life, you drive yourself crazy if you live that way. So I just try to make decisions, live with them, and make the best of them.
Again, got to feel good about that. I don't know about the not winning a game, but you got to feel good about Davante Adams not regretting becoming a Raider. He's a Raider now. He's wanted to be a Raider since he was a kid. Just got to think, how much losing will Davante Adams accept? It's fine and dandy now to say, yeah, there's no regrets. I would be okay with it even if we lost every game. But I mean, the losses are starting to pile up, and every time we lose another game, Davante Adams seems to be a little bit more and more ticked off. So there's a lot of rumors out there, and a lot of rumors about who's getting moved, who's getting traded. Trade deadline's coming up in like 4 days, the day after we played the Lions on Monday night. So Rich, again, being a total G, went straight for the freaking neck and said, "Is it possible that Monday night is your last game as the Raider?" This is his response.
I'm focused solely on being a Raider, and I'm not involved. I'm not looking for a new home, and I don't control what anybody decides to do. But I'm not. That's not my focus at all. I've been locked in on trying to have a big game in Detroit. Last time I played Detroit, I set the Packers all-time single season receiving record. So hopefully we can go out there and set some other type of record. That's really all I'm really focused on. The thing is, I haven't put anything out there about wanting to get traded, and I'm not going to do that. And based off certain quotes and people speculating whether or not I should be getting the ball more, that's what's led to this. It's not been any negative attention from Davante Adams or any comments that I've made to try to stir up the pot. I can be cryptic sometimes on Twitter, but I haven't even posted anything in probably like a year on there. So, I've been staying away from there. Usually it's off seasons when things are died down. I try to, spice some stuff up and have fun with people every so often. But for me, it's been just focus on what I can do here. And like I said, I'm happy being a Raider. I just want to continue to try to maximize this thing to just make it all worth it.
All right. So although I'm kind of happy with that response, it was kind of left wide open. He didn't say, no, I'm not going to get traded. There's no way I wouldn't let them trade me. I've already told them not to trade me. It was more so of like, well, I can't control that. I'm not going to focus on that. Kind of like the PC answer it started off with. Then Davante Adams came in a little bit stronger with, I haven't asked for a trade. These are just rumors about maybe people saying that I should get the ball more, or me talking about getting the ball more and talking about when he talked about greatness being his measuring stick. And he's been focused on being a Raider and making it all work. Ultimately, that's all as a fan base that we can ask for. Davante Adams doesn't have a no trade clause. If the Raiders wanted to trade Davante Adams, they could. Would they? Probably not. Number one, because it's Davante Adams. Okay. He's still probably one of the best handful 2-3 receivers in the NFL today. Secondly, that would be a massive dead cap hit of about $50 million next season. Now, although we're getting a lot of money back from the dead cap that we had this last season to next year, it's going to go down a lot. You don't want to spend that much dead cap money on one player. There's no way the Raiders are going to trade Davante Adams because he's Davante Adams, number one. And number two, that cap hit would be huge. Overall, great interview here. I'd recommend you check it out on the Rich Eisen Show. You can find it on Twitter or on Peacock. Just check it out. Davante Adams, still happy to be a Raider. I know Raider Nation is still happy to have him. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you again soon.
Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.